Okay, so we reached the last three tracks on the album: Fortitude, track number 9, Into the Storm. Let's check it out. I can hear it. Okay, I have to pause it already. So much going on with this track. The way it opened up, it was like a friggin' speed metal track or something. They were full energy, that's for sure. Going very fast with their picking. We had the interesting cymbal work on the drums, matching it, and they just paired really well. And then we came into this palm muting, heavy verse type riff, and it took me a second to catch the pattern. It was like then it would, like, I don't know, it always takes a second to catch Gojira's pattern because sometimes they're a little off. But yeah, a very interesting track so far. A lot to take in. It's not often that you hear this band have choruses like this where everything's kind of spaced out, gives the drums room to breathe, you know? Usually they're super tight and precise, but even though they're still precise here. But yeah, this album, I find you're starting to hear more of these type of choruses, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's really cool to hear a different side of this band. Sounds like we're getting a bit of that intro coming back into here, and it's just it's such an interesting track because it's heavy at times. It's gonna satisfy the metalheads, but the chorus is very like friendly. Like it's very accessible, you know, to the mainstream audience. So it's an interesting song because you can capture the attention from the old fans and from new fans too. It's just very interesting. It's something what this whole album is kind of doing. Oh, really? I thought we were going to get more. Seems like it's slowly cutting out, fading out, kind of. Okay. So that was Into the Storm. Interesting enough, the vocally, it felt like it was a little bit on the back burner. Like, I don't know, I think it was done on purpose, where the mixing seemed to be higher on everything but the vocals. For the most part, anyway, especially during the verse. I didn't pick up many lyrics in this whole album, actually. I've been focusing so much on the music. But for some reason, I would always catch, put your hands in, fists in the air, or hands in the air, or whatever. I would always catch that part of the lyric. But yeah, great track. Not a dull moment on the entire album so far. And we only have 2 tracks left. And there's no, like on a lot of Gojira's albums, especially their older ones, there were songs I would like, but then they would go on for too long or repeat for too much or have sections I didn't care for. But this album doesn't seem to have any of that nonsense, you know. It's straight to the point and good. There's no filler on here, which is great, even though it does have a much different sound than before. But yeah, 2 tracks left. Track number 10 is The Trails. Let's see what it's about. Okay, first impressions. I'm getting Born in Winter vibes from this, you know, off of L'Enfant Sauvage. Kind of getting the same feel to it. Definitely a different song, like they're not just copying or anything, but I'm getting the same kind of atmosphere and vibes from it a bit.
Stay awake, reminded of the trails tonight.
Yeah, I really like that guitar pattern. I know it doesn't sound exactly like that, but just the pattern is staying fairly consistent throughout the entire song, and it just sounds pretty good. Not my favorite track so far, but still not a bad track, that's for sure. I mean, it's up to the last track if it wants to be good or not, but so far this whole album is pretty stellar, so. Excuse me. Oh, that's it. I was waiting for it to come in like heavy or something. Okay, that was probably our most like slower, maybe subdued song on this album. Maybe up there with Fortitude and the Chant, but yeah, it was okay. I liked it. Definitely not a standout on the album or anything. It was pretty chill. I do like the guitar patterns. And stuff like that. And like I said, it reminded me, it had the same type of vibes of Born in Winter, even though I think that's a much superior track. But it was still good. That was The Trails. And yeah, pretty damn good. Only one track left though, and that track is Grind. You know, like that skateboard movie from like 2003? No, not that. But we'll check it out. This one's definitely bringing in the intensity. They're going out with a bang, that's for sure. Right from the start, it was just and the drum work too is crazy. Everybody's going off for this last track. Those filthy nasty guitar picks or scrapes or slides, whatever you call it, in there. The song is just super energetic, super heavy. I'm right into it. And all the on the cymbals, everything. It's just so damn good. You know what's good when my mic's falling off my head? I'm headbanging too much. What a closer track. It's interesting how the bass is kind of carrying the rhythm section here. It sounds awesome. Ooh. Boom, 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 boom. Mm. What an interesting and melodic way to end your album. That last 2 minutes was just so good. I loved the bass line, and then the guitars started following that bass line, and then we had the lead guitars doing that dun 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 dun, and then everything kind of faded away, and that became like an acoustic lead. Such a crazy, melodic, fun way to end your album. Damn. I feel kind of ashamed that I haven't listened to this album earlier since I'm a huge fan of this band. I listened to every album they put out except for this one, just because I wasn't listening to new music at the time back in 2021. I'm glad I'm finally getting back to it because this was friggin' excellent. I don't think this is going to be my least favorite Gojira album. You'll have to stay tuned though. We'll have to see once I go through them all again and rate them and place them in my tier list. I'll come up with a tier list and I'll do a regular ranking at the end of that tier list. But stay tuned to find out where this one places. But just know that I'm a big fan of this band. And yeah, it's going to be interesting, that's for sure. So make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're interested in seeing my ranking. And I do this for all bands. I'll go through the discography of all the bands, all the albums I don't know from a band, and then I'll rank them, right? So stay tuned for that. And until next time, guys, thanks for watching.